Throughout history, volcanic eruptions have reshaped entire civilizations and claimed millions of lives. Today, we're counting down the top 10 worst volcanic eruptions in human history. From ancient Pompeii to modern disasters, these are the eruptions that changed the world forever. Number 10. Mount Unzen, Japan, 1792. Nestled on the island of Kyushu, this volcano has a long and dramatic history. For centuries, Unzen has erupted frequently, with records dating back to the 17th century. Local legends spoke of the mountain's wrath, and villagers often left offerings to appease the spirits believed to dwell within. Standing at 4,462 feet tall, Mount Unzen seemed peaceful enough, its slopes lush and green, dotted with hot springs that drew visitors from across Japan. But on May 21, 1792, a massive eruption triggered something even deadlier. A catastrophic landslide, the largest in Japanese history. The landslide thundered down the mountain, crashing into Ariake Bay and displacing an enormous volume of water. This unleashed a tsunami with waves reaching 187 feet high, sweeping away entire villages along the coast. Over 15,000 people lost their lives in the disaster, making it the deadliest volcanic event in Japanese history. Survivors described the night as one of terror and chaos. In the years that followed, scientists studied the event closely, making Unzen a key site for volcanic research. The disaster led to the development of Japan's first organized volcanic monitoring systems. Today, Mount Unzen is one of the most closely watched volcanoes in the world. Its tragic legacy transformed Japan's approach to disaster preparedness, saving countless lives in the centuries since. Number 9. Galunggung, Indonesia, 1822. Nestled in West Java, this volcano has a long and dramatic history. Galunggung had erupted several times before, but the 1822 event was its most catastrophic. The volcano had been quiet for over 600 years, lulling nearby communities into a false sense of security. When it finally erupted on October 8th, the explosion was heard over 1,000 miles away. Ash and debris darkened the skies for days. The eruption column soared 115,000 feet into the atmosphere, affecting weather patterns and causing vivid sunsets as far away as Europe. Pyroclastic flows raced down the slopes at 450 miles per hour, obliterating everything in their path. Over 4,000 people lost their lives, and 114 villages were completely destroyed. Survivors faced famine and disease in the aftermath. The eruption's impact was felt far beyond Indonesia. Ash from Galunggung circled the globe, lowering temperatures and disrupting weather patterns. Local Sundanese legends tell of the mountain's spirit, believed to awaken in times of great imbalance. These stories are still told today, reminding people of nature's power. In the decades that followed, the region slowly recovered. The rich volcanic soil eventually brought new life, supporting lush rice fields and vibrant communities. Number 8. Cotopaxi, Ecuador, 1877. Rising majestically above the Andes, Cotopaxi is one of the world's most iconic volcanoes. Revered by indigenous peoples for centuries, Cotopaxi is woven into Ecuadorian folklore and even appears on the national coat of arms. Cotopaxi has erupted more than 50 times since 1534, shaping the landscape and the lives of those nearby. On June 26, 1877, a violent eruption sent ash and lava racing down its slopes, melting glaciers in an instant. The resulting lahars, massive mud flows, traveled over 60 miles, destroying villages and farmland in their path. Over 1,000 people lost their lives and entire communities were buried under volcanic debris. Today, Cotopaxi is closely monitored by scientists using advanced technology to predict future eruptions. The volcano's slopes are home to unique wildlife, including wild horses and endangered Andean condors. Despite its destructive power, Cotopaxi remains a symbol of resilience and natural beauty for Ecuador and the world. Number 7. Cosiguina, Nicaragua, 1835. This volcano, with its massive crater, dominates the landscape of Nicaragua's Pacific coast. On January 20th, 1835, Cosiguina erupted with a force so powerful, the explosion was heard over 1,000 miles away in Colombia and Mexico. The eruption sent a towering ash column into the sky, darkening the sun and turning day into night across Central America. Ash fell as far as Jamaica and Mexico, covering 152,000 square miles. The fallout caused acid rain and contaminated water supplies. The eruption's impact was global. Temperatures dropped, and strange sunsets were reported as far away as Europe and North America. Survivors described days of darkness, falling ash, and livestock dying from poisoned water. Several thousand people perished, and the region struggled for months to recover. Number 6. Krakatoa, Indonesia, 1883. One of the most infamous eruptions in history. Standing 2,667 feet above the Sunda Strait, Krakatoa was about to make history with an eruption that would be felt around the world. On August 27, 1883, the final explosion was heard 3,000 miles away in Australia, and shockwaves circled the globe 7 times. The sound wave circled the Earth 4 times and remains the loudest sound in recorded human history. Barometers worldwide registered the pressure wave for days. The explosion created tsunamis reaching 130 feet high, devastating coastlines and sweeping away entire communities. These waves destroyed 295 towns and villages along the coasts of Java and Sumatra, leaving unimaginable destruction in their wake. Over 36,000 people died, and the ash caused spectacular sunsets worldwide for 3 years. Artists like Edvard Munch were inspired by these vivid skies. The explosion destroyed 2/3 of the original island, leaving only a small remnant behind. The event led to the birth of Anak Krakatau, the child of Krakatoa, which continues to grow today. Krakatoa's eruption had global effects. Temperatures dropped worldwide and weather patterns shifted for years. The skies darkened and harvests failed as far away as Europe and North America. Scientists studied Krakatoa's eruption for decades, learning how volcanic ash can circle the globe and affect climate. The event marked a turning point in the science of volcanology and atmospheric studies. Krakatoa's legacy lives on in literature, art, and film. Its story has inspired countless works, from novels to documentaries, and remains a symbol of nature's awesome power. Number 5. Mount Pelée, Martinique, 1902. At 4,583 feet tall, Mount Pelée towered over the bustling city of Saint-Pierre, known as the Paris of the Caribbean. On May 8, 1902, a pyroclastic flow, an avalanche of superheated gas and ash, raced toward the city at 100 miles per hour. In just 3 minutes, Saint-Pierre was obliterated, leaving almost no time for escape. Temperatures soared to 1,830 degrees Fahrenheit, instantly killing nearly everyone in the city. Amid the devastation, a handful of rescue workers braved the smoldering ruins, searching for survivors and documenting the aftermath. Of Saint-Pierre's 28,000 residents, only 2 people survived the disaster, including a prisoner protected by his stone cell. The tragedy shocked the world and drew scientists from across the globe, eager to understand the deadly power of pyroclastic flows. The total death toll reached 29,000 people, making it the deadliest eruption of the 20th century. Lessons from Mount Pelée led to the birth of modern volcanology and the creation of volcano observatories around the world. Today, advanced monitoring systems help protect communities from similar disasters, forever shaped by the lessons of Mount Pelée. Number 4. Laki, Iceland, 1783, one of the most catastrophic eruptions in recorded history. Unlike a traditional volcano, Laki was a 16-mile-long fissure that tore open the earth, spewing lava and toxic gases for 8 relentless months. The eruption released 3.4 cubic miles of lava, covering 218 square miles, and unleashed 122 million tons of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. Poisonous haze blanketed Iceland, killing 80% of sheep, half the cattle and horses, and devastating crops. Over 9,000 Icelanders died from famine and disease, but Laki's reach extended far beyond Iceland. The toxic cloud drifted across Europe, turning summer skies dark, causing acid rain and triggering crop failures and famine from France to Egypt. The climate impact was global. Temperatures dropped, leading to the coldest winter in decades. In North America, the Mississippi River froze at New Orleans. In India, monsoon patterns shifted, causing drought and famine. Some historians believe Laki's devastation contributed to political unrest in Europe, including the lead-up to the French Revolution, as food shortages and economic hardship swept the continent. In Icelandic folklore, the Laki eruption was seen as a punishment from supernatural forces. Stories tell of ghosts and spirits haunting the poisoned land, and the eruption is still remembered in Icelandic sagas and songs. Laki's eruption changed the world, altering weather, shaping history, and leaving a legacy of myth and tragedy that endures to this day. Number 3. Mount Tambora, Indonesia, 1815. Before the eruption, this giant stood 14,100 feet tall, dominating the island of Sumbawa. On April 10, 1815, Tambora exploded with a force so immense it was heard over 1,200 miles away. The eruption removed 4,300 feet from the mountain's height, leaving behind a massive caldera that still exists today. The eruption column soared 28 miles into the atmosphere, injecting ash and gases that circled the globe. The initial blast killed 12,000 people instantly on Sumbawa Island, but the true impact was global. The eruption triggered what became known as the Year Without a Summer in 1816, as volcanic aerosols blocked sunlight and temperatures plummeted worldwide. Crops failed across Europe and North America, leading to famine, food riots, and mass migration. The skies turned an eerie shade, inspiring haunting paintings and dark literature. Artists like J.M.W. Turner painted vivid sunsets, while writers such as Mary Shelley, trapped indoors by the cold, penned Frankenstein, all influenced by Tambora's aftermath. Archaeologists have uncovered entire villages buried beneath volcanic ash, revealing how people lived and died during the catastrophe. In total, 71,000 people perished, making Tambora the deadliest eruption in recorded history, and one that changed the world in ways still felt today. Number 2, Santorini, Greece, 1600 BCE. This island, also known as Thera, is the site of one of the most powerful eruptions in human history. Before the eruption, Santorini was home to the advanced Minoan civilization, whose city of Akrotiri was buried and preserved under volcanic ash. Archaeologists have uncovered stunning frescoes, pottery, and multi-story buildings, revealing a sophisticated society frozen in time. Around 1600 BCE, a cataclysmic eruption shattered the island, sending ash and pumice across the Mediterranean. The eruption was 4 times more powerful than Krakatoa, creating tsunamis over 300 feet high that devastated coastal civilizations. The city of Akrotiri was buried under 200 feet of ash, preserving its streets, homes, and artwork for thousands of years. Many scholars believe this disaster inspired the legend of Atlantis described by Plato, with Santorini as the lost city swallowed by the sea. Today, Santorini remains volcanically active, with scientists closely monitoring the caldera for signs of future eruptions. Akrotiri is now one of the world's most important archaeological sites, offering a window into the past and a warning for the future. Number 1. Mount Vesuvius, Italy, 79 CE. At 4,203 feet tall, Vesuvius towered over the bustling Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum, where daily life thrived with markets, theaters, and vibrant streets. Pompeii was a city of innovation, with running water, public baths, and intricate mosaics decorating wealthy homes. On August 24, 79 CE, Vesuvius awakened after centuries of dormancy. The eruption column reached 20 miles high, visible from over 100 miles away. Volcanic ash began falling on Pompeii at a rate of 6 inches per hour, plunging the city into darkness. The next morning, pyroclastic flows traveling at 450 miles per hour struck both cities. Pompeii was buried under 13 feet of ash, while Herculaneum disappeared under 65 feet of volcanic material. Over 16,000 people died, their final moments preserved forever in volcanic ash. Centuries later, scientific excavations uncovered haunting body casts, frescoes, and everyday objects, offering a window into Roman life frozen in time. The disaster created the world's most important archaeological site. Today, Vesuvius is one of the most closely monitored volcanoes on Earth, with scientists using advanced technology to protect the millions living nearby. Today, Pompeii gives us an unparalleled glimpse into ancient Roman life frozen in time by volcanic fury. These 10 volcanic eruptions remind us of nature's incredible power to reshape our world. Today, advanced monitoring helps us prepare for future eruptions. If you enjoyed learning about these incredible natural disasters, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Check out our other videos about natural disasters and historical events. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.